Good morning and welcome to the big story on Daybreak Live. Right here on Dominion Television, I am Samson Balogun. Today, we take a deep dive into a development that could shape the political landscape of Oyo State and beyond. The People's Democratic Party has just concluded its much-anticipated state congress, producing a new set of executives to steer the affairs of the party. But beyond celebration within the PDP, the outcomes of this Congress carry significant implications for the All Progressives Congress as the 2027 general elections draw closer. At the Congress, Honorable Dayo Ogungbenro was re-elected as the chairman of the PDP in Oyo State, while Alhaji Wasiu Adeleke emerged as the deputy state chairman. Other key positions saw Oyeyemi elected as the state secretary, Olawumi Elizabeth Toyin as women leader, Honorable Michael Ogunshino as the publicity secretary, a role he had been filling even before now, and Bello Kazeem Olalekan as youth leader. Now, Governor Seyi Makinde in his remarks declared that the PDP is poised to reclaim the presidency and remain in power in 2027. And of course, that is in Oyo State. For the PDP, this new leadership signals continuity, strengthened organization, and renewed vigor ahead, of course, into the future contest. But for the APC, this development raised important questions. How should the ruling party recalibrate its strategies, anticipate stronger opposition messaging, and sustain its hold on the electorate in Oyo State? Today, on The Big Story, we turn our attention to these dynamics, asking what these new PDP structures means for the APC's political machinery as 2027 approaches. My guest is an APC Chieftain, Omolaja Olaoye, who joins us to provide insights, perspectives, and a roadmap for his party in the face of a potentially reinvigorated opposition. Of course, that's national level, and in the state as the ruling party. Good morning once again. This is The Big Story. Honorable Omolaja Olaoye, good to have you in the studio.
Good morning to you, Samson. Thanks for having me here today. And for the viewers at home, I say good morning to you all.
PDP had their state congress. It was peaceful. What does that say to the APC?
Yeah, it's a welcome development, and I'm really delighted for PDP. Congratulations to them, because I can see a lot of my brothers who are in their midst and who has been elected to be there, to be piloting the affairs of PDP. And the beautiful thing is that you see a lot of young ones there who are so vibrant and can be able to at least launder the image of PDP, even if we are doing something wrong. So this set of people can be able to do dynamic jobs. So congratulations to them all.
What does this mean for the APC?
Yeah, it's a challenge to APC. It's a challenge to APC. And I think our people must give room to all those youthful elements who can be able to do wonders when it's come to the way, the dynamic of politics of today. Because when you see politics, it's about launder their images, about people who are so vibrant to be able to talk, to be able to carry on the activities of the that they are being given. So it's a challenge to us, and we are waiting to see what is going to happen come December this year.
When we talk about organization, is the PDP more organized than the APC in Oyo State? Your party is broken into several factions. The APC had the PDP had a congress. It was smooth.
Yeah,
you had the congress in the Ibadan North Federal Constituency by-election, and it became a nightmare for some people.
What you are going to realize is that when you are talking about the party member, the registration of the party member in PDP and APC are different. They are polar apart. When you are talking about, when you see a lot of people are in APC, you can see those mighty people who are there, who are so ready to challenge, to contest, and they are not ready to move an inch. So PDP in Oyo State is being piloted by just one-man show. When you are talking about the governor, so a lot of them, he has a lot of things that he has a lot of carrot that he can dangle in their faces, and they can be able to do all whatever he wanted. So they are using that to be to coordinate themselves together. I remember prior to 2017, 2018, there was fracas. PDP was disengaged. Everybody goes everywhere and then. They have parallel Congress. And that is what you see. When you don't see people at the center who they can be able to look up to. So you cannot compare PDP with us. We have large registered member who are there, and when you are talking about politics, it's about interest. And when you talk about interest, there is going to be fracas. So you expected that.
If you had so much in terms of number, why did you lose the last election?
You see, losing the last election, sometimes member really counted, member really up. But you must remember that the way the Congress went, it was like a kind of, that is why you see a team. The team where people talks about is about Jagba, whereby some people just cajole you, they just make sure that it fell into their laps, and without carrying others along. And you see a lot of people pull out. That is why you see that during the last election, APC really far behind PDP. So that will not repeat itself again, because we are not going to do those kind of system. A lot of people are going to go to the field, and we are going to see the way we saw in PDP. You see, what happened in PDP wasn't the way what happened in 2022 during the primary or at the Congress of APC. You can see how they are casting their ballots, and it wasn't there. It was just announced. We expected to go and do birthday, and it turned to Congress. So I don't think that is going to repeat itself.
Governor Seyi Makinde says that PDP will reclaim the presidency and stay in power in Oyo beyond 2027. How do you feel about that as a stalwart of the APC?
I can see that is political statement. It's just a kind of is a fallacy. It's a fallacy. When you are talking about this fallacy, whereby we all knew what is happening at the center. What is happening at the center is not what is happening in the state. So and when you are talking, PDP has been having problem, only goes no wins now. So for him to have said that they are going to capture the center in 2027, we are yet to see it. We are yet to see the way they really form themselves. They really come together to have that unity. But for now, they don't even know what to do. So it's just a pipe dream.
Now, what message or what lesson did the APC learn from the PDP as they were able to stay compact and conduct a smooth Congress in the states, statewide Congress?
I think it's a PDP that is learning from APC. It is not otherwise.
But you had a Congress, you had a primary election in Ibadan North, one local government, and then there was fracas.
Yeah,
the PDP converged yesterday at the Lake Salami Stadium, and they had a successful Congress. You
can't use what happened during the primary with what is going to happen during the Congress.
They're all vying for positions.
I am telling you, despite the fact that we are opposition, we have so many numbers of candidates in the North federal constituency. When you are talking about when they want to do the by-election, compared to the government who was PDP government who have been in the state for so many years, like 6 years or thereabout. So for you to know that we have large members, and when you have large members, when you have a lot of people, even if you have big family, you expect a lot of crisis all the time. So you cannot use the basis of what happened during the by-election to know what is going to happen during the Congress. It is not the same. So now, like I said to you, they have somebody at center in which who they are going to listen to. They knew that he has the power. They knew that he has the means to support the PDP, to give a lot of things to people. That is why they are doing the beck and call of what's it called? They are going to do beck and call of the governor. Still, there are some fracas in some local government, and they are not agreeing. So it is still there, and there's a lot of some element who are even talking behind the scene. But who is going to listen to them? They don't have access to media to be able to fight the governor, and a lot of them are so scared. Unlike APC, even if you carry light on your head, people are still going to talk. So that is how democracy is supposed to be. There should be disagreement before you can be able to agree. You cannot just do anything just as easy as that. Wherever you see those kind of peace, know behind the scene.
Are you saying some PDP leaders have been reduced to mere followers?
Tell me about that. That is what is happening.
I'm just asking you.
I am just telling you.
You said some of them do not. They cannot challenge the governor. That's what you said.
I am just telling you. When you see all the chairmen of the state are, less than 40 or 40 something years old, you see, you will know that. What about those people who have been in the shadow for a very long time? Where are they? Who are they? So this is what you have to think about. It is all these people are just there. They are just being selected. I will not say they have been agreedly elected. So still, it's congratulations to them, because for now there is no pending court case against them. So I really congratulate them.
All right. Yesterday, the governor of Oyo State was on ground, Engineer Olaoye, and so was so many other bigwigs of the PDP at the Congress ground, right there at the Lekan Salami Stadium in Adamasingba. Let's listen to Governor Seyi Makinde and what he had to say just shortly after the Congress.
So the executives that will... This is a process to ensure that PDP continue to remain in power in Oyo State beyond 2027. So the executives that will emerge from this exercise, your mandate is very clear. Deliver PDP from the presidential to the councillorship position in 2027. Allah fún wa ṣe o, Allah bá wa ṣe o. So mo kí yín kú oríire.
All right, welcome back. That was the governor of Oyo State, Engineer Olaoye Makinde, right there at the Congress ground, Lekan Salami Stadium, at the basketball court. He had that to say, Omolaja Olaoye.
You listen to yourself. When you're talking about they had their Congress in basketball court, how many people are there? How many people are present?
Over 4,000 delegates were accredited, and they all voted.
That's the problem you're having. You see, how many people are outside? You can see.
Delegates.
What are the
over 4,000 delegates? There were other political party members there
who can be displayed beside the governors. You see,
the Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly was on ground. The Deputy Governor was there.
What do you expect?
So many other bigwigs in the PDP.
Those are the people. Those are the elected people. Elected people are not the.
Are you saying the APC
party
is a galaxy of stars?
Elected people are not the party. We are galaxy of stars. You know that. That is certain. You see, when these people have a lot of influence because they have done a lot of things. You can see it's only one man show. For what you have seen on ground when PDP are having their congresses.
Are you saying the governor is the alpha and omega of the political party?
He is. He's just trying to he doesn't want any crisis after he left office. And he wants people that is going to be there with him. And there is nothing wrong in that. But at the end of the day, they have done whatever they want to do. And I still said congratulations to them. But APC, when you have a lot, you expected a little bit of skirmishes. It's going to be there. And at the end of the day, you disagree to agree. When you don't disagree, you cannot agree. When things are...
Is the APC currently agreeing?
We are disagreeing.
Some said you played politics at the coronation of the Olubadan of Ibadan land.
That is for you to know that we are on ground.
That one of your men rented crowd.
They don't see any other party apart from APC. For you to know that we are on ground. And politics must be played everywhere. It's everywhere. In church, in mosque, people disagree. People have different political opinion. And that is how a polity is supposed to be. So, Olubadan, the president coming to Olubadan installation is a privilege. It's not right. So, for that alone, Ibadan are very lucky to have the president.
Tinubu's presence has nothing to do with politics. Ladoja is a friend, and he had to attend.
It is politics.
It is not APC PDP.
How will you say? Because still, the reference of when Chief Ladoja was impeached was still repeated. for you to know that it is still about politics. And a lot of people display their political way on that particular day. Even when Ladoja would not say it's PDP, whether it's APC at this present moment. But we have seen a lot of people who are still remorseless. We have seen a lot of you can see what happened during that installation. A lot of politics is playing. Yeah, demand for Ibadan, the plea for Ibadan state, and what the governor said in countering that is not sacrosanct. And you are telling me there is no politics. When the governor is not giving recognition to those past governors, and you are telling me it's not politics, it is politics, because all those among you are among, the past governor are among the protocol in which you are going to be able to at least recognize. So for you to know that Olumadan ceremony, installation ceremony, there is a lot of political intrigue that went.
Now, going into 2027, will this Congress held by the PDP affect or change your political strategy in the next election?
We don't copy PDP,
especially
PDP,
with youth and women.
We don't.
Will you be inclusive in your ideas?
We always be inclusive. APC has always been inclusive. Trust me on that. You have seen that even the Federal House of Rep, we have seen women that is part of APC candidate. We have always been, and that is one of the one of the fundamental things about APC. We are always be inclusive. Women, youth are always be inclusive. We don't segregate, probably go and just retire the other ones. We mix them together, and that is how it's supposed to be. Because if you do that, that means you are being unfair. So it's PDP that copy APC. APC doesn't copy PDP.
All right, when you talk about PDP copying APC and not APC copying PDP, is your political party doing anything to solve your internal crisis as we speak?
Internal crisis is always...
Or you are adopting the cosmetics approach?
It is not. It is not. It is not. Because now we are talking about December. December is not too far there, but we still have to wait. We cannot just jump the gun. We have to wait. The crisis that we have in our party, probably last election, 2022, involved about 2-3 states. So, and Oyo State is among them because of what happened. But at the end of the day, we have learned from this, and it is not going to repeat itself. We are going to come with unity front. The same thing, when you are talking about our ESCO, now, nobody is fighting with them. They are still legit, and they are legal. And we have not seen, it is only the candidate that is trying to outsmart each other. That is what is happening. It is not about the executive of the party. The executive of the party are still intact.
With political alliances happening across states in Nigeria, what role will the Oyo State APC play in the year 2027 to determine who becomes the president or who returns to office?
That is what you see on display. You have seen that on display when the president came to Oyo State. And it's going to be one of the factors as well. Because, like I said to you, the president coming to Oyo State is a privilege, it's not right. Because when you are talking about the schedule, he might not decide not to come to Oyo State. Because, how many Southwest states have seen the presidential visit, apart from just ordinary ceremonial visit is not having. But still, Oyo State is going to, because you are talking about the registered voters. At least, if you are not 3 or 4, we should be number 3 or 4 in Nigeria. Well, apart from Lagos State, Kano State, probably Kaduna State, Oyo State will have been supposed to be about 4 or 5 when you are talking about registered voters, and people are going to vote for the son of the soil. I really believe in that.
All right. People are saying the Southwest will be a battleground in the year 2027 where political juggernauts will vie and battle for votes. What role will the APC play? And of course, what role will the Southwestern APC play in retaining its base here?
The base is always retained. So what happened in 2023 is not going to repeat itself. Because in 2023...
The APC lost Lagos to Labour Party.
We lost Lagos, no doubt about that.
We lost Osho.
Yes, with 3,000 votes. How many votes did we lose in
But
Lagos?
you lost, but regardless of how many votes.
I accepted. Still, I'm telling you that those gaps are still easy to close. That is why you see some governors like to jump ship from their political party and looking to romance APC at all costs, because they knew where it's tilting towards. And when you are talking about, you cannot use 2023 to judge what is going to happen in 2027. Or Southwest cannot be battleground.
Omolaja Olaoye,
Trust me on that.
You only work with available data.
Available data
and
shows
you're as good as your last result.
Available data, if you have to work with available data, in 2018-19, Delta State produced how many? 1-point-something million votes for presidents. How many do they produce in 2023? You cannot use that data because data change all the time. Because of some influence of some probably
until data changes, you still refer to available data. Isn't that right?
No doubt about it. That's what I'm saying. You should not use what happened in 2023 to judge what is going to happen in 2027. Because a lot of political alliance is now coming out. And you can see what the president is doing. He's doing fantastic well, and a lot of people are giving that pressure. You see what happened within Pengasson and Dangote, because we are now seeing a kind of stability in all sectors. And some people are still looking for a way they are going to be able to disrupt it. For now, the president is doing fine, and a lot of people are commending him. So in 2002, it is only the opposition that are now scared now. President Ahmed Bola Tinubu is not scared. APC are not scared. It is only those who are in opposition that are looking for alliance to form together so they can be able to outsmart the man. And the man is outsmarting them at this present moment.
Beyond party politics, the people are craving for good governance. What is the APC doing to convince the voters ahead of 2027 that they still have what it takes to retain power?
You talk about the good governance. What else what have you seen? Have you seen anything that is worse than before? Apart from the fact that the oil subsidy is gone, that people are complaining about.
And dollar rate is high.
The dollar rate is coming down.
Food is expensive.
Food is expensive.
Transport is expensive.
I don't know. That's what is not expensive, because we have seen time we bought PMS for 1,003. And it's now 865. How can you tell me transportation increasing? With that, when you compare, now
it used to be 160.
I saw when I bought
used to be 65 naira per liter
of Ewa for about 2,700. Now it has come down to 1,009, 2,000 naira. I've seen the time I bought Congo of Gari for 1,007, and it's now 500 naira in the market. So now telling me the food increases is not. And we must be able, before we don't talk about CNG. Now we are talking about CNG that is helping us to do a lot of things.
Same CNG which is being phased out by some countries across the world.
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter.
And Nigeria is just adopting.
Because they have alternative. I was telling someone
that the country truly moving forward under the APC.
We are moving forward because we have seen new things. And that is what life is all about. That is progressiveness, where new things is being introduced, modern things. That is what we are now seeing. What we have not seen before is now what we have seen. I was buying fuel to my lady's bike when I was coming, and a man was so jealous of me. He said, "I'm heavily crying now because all my resources are spending it on car. Probably I have to adopt what you are doing." That is what he said to me, because we must find alternative. There is always alternative. It's an economics terms. There is always alternative for anything we want. That is why we have to draw the scale of preference. What we want first, and before it has to be preference. We must be able to. New thing is coming to Nigeria, and Nigeria is doing new things.
You see this as an achievement by the APC-led government. But
what is that achievement?
The people out there are saying this time as a very hard time for them. How do you compare or juxtapose these two? Does your data reflect on what is happening on the streets to average Nigerians?
Samson, they complain everywhere in the world. United States of America, Trump specifically campaigned for the inflation rate in America when Biden was there, and which is not so. When he came, what he introduced is tariffs. And when you are talking about the tariffs, when he increases the tariff of what coming to America throughout the world, you don't expect that to affect Nigeria. It's going to come with inflation. Because the Americans are burdened with a lot of problems and they are complaining. That is why they talk about immigration. They say they wouldn't want more people coming to America. What do you see in Britain? A lot of opportunity that has been given to the people in the world has been shut down. They've closed it. There is economic crisis everywhere in the world. Nigeria is not exceptional. So now telling me this is we are complaining. We are complaining everywhere. They are complaining. Now, in a place like UK, they will not change. What they are not going to change is they are not going to change the weight or the quantity of any product. But what they are going to do is that they are going to change the quality. The quality is going to be reduced. So we should expect that. There is economic problem everywhere in the world. Be is not exceptional, and we must know that. That is what the people who are in media has to tell the people. We just don't want to be a devil advocate all the time.
Honorable Omolaja Olaoye, do you admit that the government of the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidency, can actually do better than we currently have?
They are doing better and they are doing great.
Do you admit they can do
better? Because there is a lot of
this?
initiation that is on ground that has never been executed. Part of it is that there is no reliability now on only oil as source of income to Nigeria. Again, a lot of states are taking more than triple of what they are having before. That, for you to know, there is a lot of there is progressivity in Nigeria. So, what are the state governors doing to replicate what is happening at the center? That is what the question we are going to ask. It is not the fact that the center cannot provide adequately enough for the state and the local government. And you see the state now burdening the local government. They don't want them to function. So that problem should not be laid on the desktop of the presidency.
Honorable Omolaja Olaoye, we have to go. This is a conversation that will continue next time.
I think probably we are going to continue.
This is a conversation that will continue next time. Thank you for joining us in the studio this morning.
Thank you.
It has been a wonderful session with you. That has been the big story on Daybreak Live. The PDP's Congress may have concluded, but its ripple effects are only just beginning to spread. For the APC, the challenge is not only to respond, but to reinvent strategies that can stand the test of time and of a new political era. Many thanks to my guest this morning, an APC Chieftain, Honorable Omolaja Olaoye, for sharing his thoughts with us. Samson Balogun is my name. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more engaging conversations that shape our nation's future. Up next is Trend Watch.